Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm here back with my buddy David, and again we're working on my troubled child. That's always where I go, where BMW needs to be worked on, right Dave?
Pretty much.
Alright, so today we'll change the front brake and rotors and back brake pads only. The rotors are okay, nothing wrong with them. There's a bunch of tools. I'll try to be as ready as possible. You know, we got a set of wrenches and ratchets and, you know, a lot of cool stuff. We got over here the jack stands, brake pads, rotors, torque wrench, sensor for the rotors and brakes, and brush wheels, drills so we can clean stuff up, you know, brake cleaner, WD-40, even though I don't think I will need it, but you never know. Allen keys, of course, and probably we need one of those star bits stuff. So, just trying to be prepared. We'll go step by step and see how bad it is and what's needed to be done, what's not needed to be done. We'll take you with us. So yeah, let's keep rolling. Let's go with it. Most important step. You know what is it?
Hold on. We need more light in here.
Wait. I said most important step. No.
Oh, hey, you brought a hook there. Put it back. He's like, oh, take this. Hey, you brought the most important part. Take it.
Oh, fluke it.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Hey, look, this tire's come off too. What do you know? I know.
Alright, so the next thing what I will do here is basically, this is the brake fluid reservoir. I'll open this just in case, so once we are pushing the calipers back, it doesn't affect, doesn't make pressure here. So if there's anything extra, it's gonna go off rather than make a pressure, might crack the plastic or something like that. Getting the camera in here is gonna be a funny situation, but basically we have the caliper in here, and this is the pad. And what I'm trying to do, I want to push the caliper in here all the way back, so when I take everything and put it back in, it's going to be much easier. So we'll give this a try. Stick screwdriver in here. Seeing anything, but you know, you get the idea. The next thing what I'll do here is I'll take the anti-rattle clip in here. I think I have like a special way.
Watch your hands.
Alright, this is hilarious, but push and out. I've been fighting with it for the last 10 minutes. It's not that easy. Okay. So if you look over here, you got 1, 2 here. There should be a cover on them. I think mine doesn't. This is an Allen key. I think it's 8mm Allen key. I'll go ahead and get the right one.
We have a 2-charge battery.
Alright, so it looks like this is a 7mm. And hopefully you guys have a good view in here. Sorry, but yeah, this is the other one.
I have a headache now.
Alright, now because we pushed the piston in, so now we can remove the caliper easier. And basically, if you look over here, you got the outer caliper, or brake pads I should say, and the inner one. And this is basically the piston that I was pushing on. I need to compress it all the way in though, and figure out a way that I can actually support it so you don't leave it, hanging from the cable, because it's an old cable, it might be cracking and you have a leak, and then you're stuck. One of the things that will make this job way much easier is having a C-clamp. So we'll see if that will work. Yeah, the C-clamp I got here is a little bit too small, but or a vice grip, C-clamp, whatever you call that thing. Anyway. Yeah, as you can see my struggle in here, this one doesn't go all the way to the back. But at least we can put something. Yep. Hey, I figured it out. I put everything back together and basically used this lovely thing to push it all the way out. So now, when we take it apart, it's all the way back. So, at this stage, if you're just changing the brake pads, you're good to go. You just have to put them back and make sure you pump the brake before you actually drive the car. For me, is what I'll do, I need to clean this bracket up and down, so I'll take the brackets off. I'm not going to take the rotor off because I'm not going to replace the back ones, only the fronts. And yeah, so we'll take a look on the back of it. Okay, so basically this is a 60mm. We got one over here and one over here on the bottom. We'll go ahead at them. If I can find my socket, so it's in front of my face. For this kind of type of situation, I have a solution. Basically, I got a cheater bar. Hopefully that will give me more leverage. There we go. Alright, before you go to the next step, you need a couple things. Eye protection and hand protection. Basically what I'll be doing in here is this. We're gonna attempt to clean up the bracket with this, whatever it's called, this wire brush. Alright, so what I do to clean in here is basically where the caliper slides off. Another location it's a good idea to clean and put an anti-seize on is actually this ridge over here, because this is where the rim sits at on here, and basically so you have less kung fu kicks when you try to get the wheel off. And for me I have summer tires and winter tires, so it's gonna make it easier when I'm switching tires. So I'll go ahead and do that. Alright, almost done I guess on this one. Another thing you have to pay attention to, the dust that goes out. This is basically a rust and it's metallic dust. It's not good for your health, so if you have breathing protection, will be much better, or you are in an area where it can blow the air away. side we'll put anti-seize. So as I said, we're trying to get the wheels off in the future. It'll make it easier. So.
Don't forget to put it on the bolts too. A little bit on the back of the head of the bolt.
Yeah.
That will seize too.
Yeah. And also the bolts, especially if you're, if you're using your car often. For me, I don't use it that much nowadays, but I could do it like daily car for me. And here in Iowa, things will rust. Weather stuff. California people don't feel that. Let's see here. Basically, I'm just putting like a small, thin layer. You don't have to glob it all over the place because this will collect dust at some point. All right, so we have a new brake pad. How do you tell the inside from the outside? This one has a clip to go in there. That's for the inside. Oh, another thing, let's show you this. The difference between the pads, thickness, and that's why you need to replace them. If I figure out to put them right, just it that way. Alright, next step, remember those pins? For the 7mm. Anyway, if you decided to do like me and buy the one kit from Harbor Freight for the Allen keys, don't buy that. It doesn't have the 7mm. It has the 6 and the 8. So good thing David had one of those, and that was the saver of the day. All right. The one thing you never want to forget is this thing. I have a long story with it, and that thing is, if you don't have it in there, basically the brake pads will start, rattling around and make a lot of noise. And I took it a couple shops, and everybody was suggesting something else, and I realized I have one of those missing, and that's all about it. Don't forget this clip. This is important. So the difference between the rear and passenger side and driver side, the passenger side on the rear is have the brake sensor, but on the front you have it on the driver's side. So you're laughing at me, David, huh? Getting that tire off?
Yes, I am.
No.
This guy does not want to come.
Usually there should be like 2 clips on the side of the...
Yeah, just right. You pinch right here normally.
Yeah.
It should just come right out, but unfortunately...
You gotta take it as parts because we gotta replace it anyway.
Well, I just try to,
Here you go.
not trying to smoke it right away.
Yeah, so basically, this side that touches the pads, not the side with the bump, the other side. Yep. This one, there's, something touches the pads. Whenever that touches, it's gonna show a light on the front. So that's the difference between the 2 sides. We'll go ahead and do this side also, and put the tire back and go to the front and go from there. Alright, so one thing in here, when you take the sensor off, you gotta replace it, of course. So basically, you gotta follow the clips, and this is where I put the jack, is over here. This is the box where you have the other end of the sensor. So you gotta fish it in here all the way. So that's something you gotta look for. So what you're doing, Dave, in here? Why we are cutting in that?
Because this sucks.
So basically, the inner plastic for the connector and the outer plastic, they don't want to come apart. So I guess our only way is to cut the outer one with a Dremel, which is too dangerous in that area because you have the fuel tank next to you. Even though it's a plastic fuel tank, you might, if you don't know what you're doing, you might just cut into your fuel tank now. So we are crossing our fingers so we can get that sensor out of there to put the new one. Alright, we finally got it off. Now putting the new sensor is going to be fun now.
Jack scares the crap out of me.
But the good news is, once again, we plug it way in David's side like it was before, because they had to be a pain in the ass like that.
Alright, we're almost done with that stupid sensor.
Home stretch here, buddy. There's a slider in here. Like so.
Wait, is that like the traction control sensor kind of thing? Or the brake sensor you said?
Brake sensor.
Brake wear sensor. So it doesn't squeak, but give you a light on the dash. I prefer the squeak style.
Me too.
Alright.
There.
It is in. Hooray! What would you do when Kung Fu Kick doesn't work?
Beat the crap out of it.
Alright, let's keep going.
Hard close.
It's not moving. Here we go. This is a mallet, right?
Rubber mallet.
Yep. Don't do it with a real. Here you go. Don't do it with the real hammer. Just a mallet.
A freaking
Alright, guys. So after figuring out the situation on the back wheel, basically for the sensor, we went back here ahead in the front. I already know that the rotors I have in here are bad because when you're braking, the steering wheel vibrates. But I didn't expect it this bad. You see this ridge in here? This is how far the rotor was in. And if you see these lines in here, these actually heat marks. It's gonna start cracking if I kept doing it, further than that. So it's a good time that we cut this early. I had the brake pads replaced last year, just because I was doing a lot of other stuff, so I didn't replace the whole thing. I didn't have that much money for it. But while I'm doing the back brakes, I'll replace everything here in front too. And I guess that was a wise decision. So we'll go ahead at it and we'll start working. Alright, let's attempt getting this stupid bracket.
This looks like that on your side.
I need another screwdriver, I guess. Yay! Alright, so this one actually, I'm going to remove the sensor first because I need that. This pads, they are not down, so the sensor is not affected.
I just don't trust cheater pipes that well.
Okay. But there's the funny thing is I have no brackets in here. Yeah, probably put the bracket back.
Will help.
Or you
put a screwdriver through.
Alright.
No, that come out over too, I guess.
Alright, go, let's give it a try. Oh, that was easy.
That was easy.
This has never been taken off though.
With that
Iowa Rust.
Love tabs.
Oh, I would have done it that way.
Hmm? What do we do?
It's moving, by the way.
Now it's broke.
Ha! Hooray! It's out. Alright. So basically, this is the new rotor. I'm just putting over the old one just to confirm that it's actually the same size.
That one is not even close to touching.
The next thing we need to do is bring brake cleaner. Any
That car's up higher.
generic brake cleaner. Just basically
Why is it always? It's always.
spray the top and the bottom, or the front and the back, and reason behind that, these they've been shipped with protection on it so it doesn't rust on the way in, and if you leave them on the rotors, they might affect your braking. So we lay those out. Just having a towel would be a good idea.
Basically, it's so weird. You just try to take it apart, but there's this unit that's still attached.
So the back end's jacked up.
But I was thinking like that.
Now we're cleaning this up. Alright guys, so I'll end up the video here. We still have to do the front right side, but you know, you got the both sides, front and back here for now, and a lot of what's could possibly go wrong while you're doing this job. If you're not sure what you're doing, I highly recommend that you go with a professional, but if you're familiar with those, you just want to see, you know, what could possibly go wrong, here you go, you got this video. I'm not a mechanic by myself, but you know, I've done the previous brake jobs, so kind of familiar with it. As I said, safety first, and make sure you have, you know, jacks, and of course, find somebody else that could have an idea what's going on in there, or maybe if something goes wrong, he can call 911 for you.
Yeah.
But
balls.
Yep, or maybe, you know, an inspiration as somebody work on another BMW next to you, so you don't feel you're, you know, the only person in here. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.